A wonderful morning, fellow Nigerians across the globe. I am George Onibe, as always, a society value advocate. We're actually not here to sell personality, but considering the fact that most of our people are ignorant, they are naive, and the ones that are not are intellectually dishonest, only very few people consider the consequences of their actions. And so as far as they have a momental benefit, a temporal benefit, any other person can go to hell. The immediate benefit, even though in the end it will bring a very painful, pathetic sorrow to the people. Yesterday we talked about the proposed bill on the floor of the Senate, trying to give political rule, constitutional rule to our monarchs. Very enticing, very beautiful. Most monarchs are happy. Yeah, they want to be inclusion into the political arena. It makes all of them the same. But no, it is more, there is more beneath that the eye can see. Our fathers did not speak up, and we, their children, have to suffer because they refuse to speak up. And so maybe we should speak up. Maybe our children will be savage from the impending doom and danger, which I am not a prophet of one of it. You see, maybe I will have to replay the video where I comprehensively analyzed that our monarch is our last line of defense, to refresh your mind. But I have to give attention to this issue of monarch, because before Africa was invaded, Africa as a continent is run by monarch. And if you trace the history of the world till the eras of philosopher, there is no politics. It is monarchy system of government. Not this type we are calling democracy, aristocracy, and whatever you have. It's all monarch. It's the embodiment of the extraction of the politics you have today. But let me make you understand. We have a king, and we call our king Obi. It's a corrupt version of his true pronunciation. I made a post earlier before now. And if you go to the comment section, you will see Igbo Biafra people. They are crying already that Obi, Obika, Benoba is an Igbo name. And so let me, by way of first of all, allowing Nigerians and those who care to know, most especially my Anyoma people, Agbo people, Obi is not an Igbo language nor dialect, as Obi is in Ekaland, for instance. Peter Obi is not the Obi like Obi of Agbo. Their own Obi is Obi. Obioma, Obinne, Obiwanne. You know all those stuff. Obi means heart to Igbo people. But that is not what it means when I say Obi of Agbo. So the meaning of Peter Obi is not the same meaning with Obi of Agbo. Know this and have peace. And so you ignorant Igbo people jumping up and down, because my name is Obi, that means I am a Igbo man. You are hallucinating. I practically give the full name of the father of Obika Bekuzie, the grandfather of Obika Bekuzie, because Obika Obika Benoba gave birth to Obikechukwu out of Catholicism of Samuel Ajayi Crowther. But Obikechukwu's son is bearing Agbo name, Kagbekuzi. And if you check the father of Benoba, it's not Igbo name. Because we sound similar doesn't make it the same. And I repeat again, Peter Obi, as in Obi of Peter, as in Obi of Kiririnke, it's not the same meaning with Obi of Eka people or Anyoma people when we say Obi of Agbo, Obi of Umunede, Obi of Akomase, Obi of Utokbo, Obi of Utulukbo. All these Obi and Peter Obi may be the same spelling. They may be the same vowel sound, but they have different meaning day and night. I repeat again. The Obi of a king originally is not Obi, but a corrupt version of the real name. But Obi, as in Peter Obi of Undi Igbo, mean Obi. They are not the same. So you ignorant people, when you see such name that sound similar, stop fooling yourself. This is not the era of believing. We've passed that stage. This is the era of knowing. For instance, you have Ola in Yoruba language. You have Ola in Igbo language. And you have Ola in Bayelsa. Some Bayelsa community use Ola. The same spelling, the same vowel sound. But the difference between them is like day and night. They are not the same. And for instance, I have a friend from Bayelsa. He's late now. His name is Ola Joseph. It looks as if he's a Yoruba man, but he's a German. That Ola is a different meaning from Yoruba Ola or Igbo Ola. And so if I come out today, I say I am Ola Oluwa or Ola and remove the Oluwa, you will not know I am. You will be confused. Yoruba can claim me. Igbo can claim me. Bayelsa can claim me. Or rather, Ijo can claim me. But that does not make me to belong to any of them. Because the last time I checked, to the Igbo man, Ola means ring. And to the Yoruba man, Ola means tomorrow. And to the Bayelsa man, it's a different ball game. Why don't you deal with it, Igbo people? Now, why did I step up on this way? It's about the issue of the proposed constitutional bill on the floor of the Senate. Now we have finished treating, or we are still treating, about the issue of Anyoma state creation. But all of them, we are studying this bill. Like I said in my yesterday broadcast, President Ahmed Bola Tinubu may not know what he's gambling into. Whether he's innocent, whether he knows this conspiracy theory, whether he's part of this conspiracy or not, the truth is that by the time these stories are told, I'm sure history will not be fair with him if he let the short, these expansionists, to get the best of us. Posterity, in fact, those who created Nigeria has not started paying their price for creating Nigeria on a very faulty foundation. Some group of ethnic groups in Nigeria saying they are majority, living on the expense of the minority. And has that problem, have we not suffered enough from that problem? Can't we learn? Because that is what all this monarch issue is all about. I talked about the role, giving them political role. Are you turning them to partisans? Are they going to use us now to snatch ballot box? What role do you want to give to them that they are not working in collaboration with the government already? But that is not the role they want to give them. The role they want to give to our monarch, which they are not telling you now, which they are not speaking out, is the role to control them. Because one of them is debating on who will be permanent chairman of Monarchs. And if I were to paraphrase what they mean, that the king of Hausa people and the king of Yoruba people will be permanent chairman of the Council of Monarchs. Does it make? Are you getting it? Because they've not come out yet. That the king of Yoruba people and the king of Hausa people will become permanent chairman when it comes to the affair of Monarchs. It looks beautiful to Yoruba and to Hausa, but the Igbo is not saying anything there. Because after all, Igbo Nwezi, they don't have king. They have nothing to lose. They have everything to gain. That is why Igbo is not crying over it. Because normally, if Igbo have king, they would have said the king of Yoruba, the king of Igbo, and the king of Hausa will become permanent chairman. to the International National Congress Party, political party of Monarchs. Why are you people doing this thing? Go back and ask King Charles, or go back and ask the British monarch. Is that how they use their own monarchs? But we know the game. Not everybody has seen it. But you see, those of us who reason anti-clockwise, when we see, we will tell you, if you have the ability to comprehend, if you are sincere enough, if you care enough for the people, do the right thing. But to you, it looks normal. First of all, why are you people doing this thing? Let me try to bring it down. Those who invaded Africa never met any governor. They never met any president. They never met the name we are calling today. Oyibo people did not meet Igbo. They did not meet Yoruba. I give it to Hausa. They met Hausa people, but not as Hausa. Let's be realistic here. And they came and conjured all of us and concocted us and removed the original name, thereby misplacing the reconstituted authority as of that moment where Africa was invaded. And so all of us were unique in our own way. I am an Agbo man. I know my tradition. I know my king. My king may trace his lineage to Edo State, to the palace of the Oba of Benin. But after years of separation, we are not subjected to Edo people. But as it is said, his son remains his son, whether prodigal or not prodigal. You can't change it. And that is why when the last Obi or the current Obi of Agbo was born, who was the first to come to his rescue? It's the Oba of Benin. It was not publicized. They were not making noise. They made sure that that boy is protected, that that boy is brought up properly, that that boy understands the responsibility mounted on his shoulder. These are kingdoms under one empire. And we have not heard about the emir before they invaded us. Was there any emir? Because the last time I checked, with due respect, emirs are appointed. That is why some governors, some president, they messed up Lamido, Sanisu Lamido. Did they not retire him or even exile him, accuse him, talk rubbish? Because he was appointed. So the British did not meet emir. So how can emir that was made become a chairman of monarch? Kings are born, they are not made. Deal with it. And the last time I checked, they met the Oni of Ife. I won't tell you lie. And so it's a constituted authority. We give it to them. And the last time I checked, they didn't meet king in Igbo land. That is why Samuel Ajayi Crowther concocted their history, manipulated them. Some of them think they are coming from Jerusalem. Who don't even know that there is a difference between Israel and Hebrew. Oh, the Israelites, children of Undi, and the God. I don't blame them if they have had a custodian under the monarchy system. They will not be mesmerizing. I will not say my name is Obi. They say you are Igbo man. Whereas Obi is a different meaning in my own dialect from their dialect. It's a shame, but I'm coming. They met, like I said, people like Nana of Ishekiri. They didn't see Olu of Ishekiri. I have to tell you the truth. They met Obongo, Abi Obongo of Obongo. Pardon me if I don't pronounce it well. Obongo of Calabar. These thrones are there. The Oba of Benin are there. The Nana of Ishekiri is there. The Ato of Egala is there. The Ochidoma is there. And of course, I give it to Jaja of Opobo. He was there. And this throne will become subservient to Hausa and Yoruba throne. Was the Oni of Ife actually commanding or has the prerogative to talk to the Oba of Benin? I'm not talking about this Oba of Benin. In the earliest history of our people, when there is a throne for the Oni of Ife and when there is a throne for the Oba of Benin, do you think the Oni of Ife can dictate for the Oba of Benin? When I forget all those history when they talk. And let us assume they are equal. Do you think any of them can issue order? As we speak today, the Oba of Benin will not even dictate for the Obi of Agbo, because a lot have changed. And this is because they respect themselves. But when we come to a level now, where you have a permanent chairman of all the kings, what are they chairman? My community or your community? I know you are not seeing it. I know you are not able to visage it, because they say they want to give them rule. What is that rule? To become vigilante? What is that rule they want to give to them that they have not been doing for the government? That is the question you must answer. But it is a rule they have not pronounced for you yet. The moment you take that bite, your life will not remain the same again. And I'm not trying to criticize the government. I'm not trying to condemn the Senate. I'm not trying to tell them what they're doing. I'm trying to tell the monarch, you will be reduced to a puppet. Because once the chairman has spoken, the chairman has spoken. Look at President Ahmed Bola Tinubu. He woke up one day and declared state of emergency. Today, Akwa Ibom man, Calabar man is in charge of Rivers State. It sounds okay, no riot, no problem. Of course, we don't call for that. But under normal circumstance, will Yoruba accept it? If it's our man now that is in charge, only with the barrier of the gun will he make such decision. Will Yoruba accept it? Then they now take Igbo man to go on an emergency one Yoruba state. But we know why you people are doing this. Will Awosa accept Igbo man to go and manage one state in the north under state of emergency? Are there not warring state in the north that need state of emergency? Why is our president, our beloved Bola Ahmed Tinubu, not declaring state of emergency? Minority, when I say we be scam, we agree. But we are not saying or doing what we are doing because we hate anybody who want to cause crisis. We are asking you to stop. All this hulo balo you people are initiating, it will boomerang. Mark my word. I made it clear yesterday that people may be pushing this agenda to Tinubu without him being able to see clearly the aftermath effect of his decision. That is why we are here, to make them see the consequences of their action, one way or the other. You will not bury the truth. You know, they will come and say, His Excellency, because of all this terrorism, because of all this criminality, let's do chairman of the council of which king? Which king is the chairman? The last time I checked, the North respect their emir, and we respect their emir. And there are things they do, we don't do. Our culture, tradition, and value system is not the same. It's applicable to the Yorubas. And how? What are the bases? Where are they going to hold the meeting? You are calling a meeting for the cats and the bird and the fish. And they put the venue in the sky. Will the cat fly? Can the fish fly? You are calling a meeting for the birds, the cat, and the fish. And the fish is the chairman. Can the bird swim? Can the cat swim? So invariably, any of this one now that you make a king, automatically will destroy the rest. Because if you ask the cat, come and hold the chairman, and the cat say, we are going to go to eat rat. The birds may not eat rat. The birds will not live like the cat. And so there is a problem. And if the fish is the chairman, both the bird and the cat cannot swim. So anytime it is time for swimming, the fish must demand that they swim. Is that not the influence, the body language of Nigerian politics? Is that not why we have not been sincere enough to tell ourselves the truth? And now to cut the long story short. It is said that they want to give constitutional rule to our monarch. But they did not tell you the nature of the constitutional rule. While we are rejoicing that they are proposing amendment bill for restructure, they have not told you the nature of the restructuring. Whether it is political restructure, whether it is regional restructure, whether it is economically restructure, they have not told you. But they go with it because it's a familiar language. The monarchs are doing well. Create a enabling ground for all of them to be able to work as one. Don't put a yoke on the neck of our king. Our king are not seeing it. But we know what you are trying to do. Because let me create a scenario. By the time finally the Senate say, yes, the bill, we have made it. King of Yoruba and King of Hausa will be permanent chairman. Anybody who does not play to their tune, they will remove you from a king. They will say you are not a king. You are not the first. We have seen many kings that were dethroned by political party. In fact, they made the attempt on the Oba of Benin. They went to court, which is an insult in the first place. Until then, that should be your monobo radio walk. It should be the first, if I'm not mistaken. On the day of judgment, the king have to march to the court on barefoot. And that was when they know there is a problem. And so you will not be the first. Because somebody have to please somebody now. The discussion will not be based on mutual relationship or understanding. If somebody in government will tell you what to do to your people. And you see, when we start fighting our king, you don't have any kingdom nor throne. Go to Obiefe Zomo or our kingdom and watch the body language of what is going on there. If the people have their way, our kingdom will be torn apart. I've said this severally. I do not intend to waste too much time here, but rather to tell those who know the president, to tell him that those things is still trying to make minorities scam. Why did you not say that the Obi of Agbo or the Oba of Benin or the Bang of Calabar? Why did you not say the Olu of Warri, for instance, they will be the permanent chairman? Can't minority be something relevant? Until there is problem, you people will not discover it. Nigeria started this way. Every election, we know, under democratic setting, that our man is going to be the president, whether we like it or not. We know that, yes, Yoruba man will be the vice president, whether we like it or not. And finally, Igbo man must be the Senate president, whether we like it or not. Until there is a little political misunderstanding. That is when you now use minority. Akpabio is now there. Where is Okadibo? Where are those line of Igbo from one to another? Pious and impious, where are all of them? Ike Kurimadu, where are all of them? Was there no other competent Senate president when they were lining up Igbo by Igbo by Igbo? We know the game. Don't bring it to our tradition. The monarchs are going on well. And I ask, which role do you people want to give them you have not given them before? Except there is a plot from the inside to destroy our monarch, which is the last defend outpost of any people who have one. And so those of you who are close to the monarchs, ask them to review it. Before now, Nigeria used to shift it from this one to this one. There was a time Obong was in charge as the chairman. And after his tenure, they moved and sometimes they will be of Agbo. And sometimes they gave to other ones. What happened to that rotation? What happened to that rotation? You are crying for rotational presidency. And yet you want to make a permanent chairmanistic. Who they deceive you here? It is just that I do not have enough words to explain what we are seeing in this very game. And believe me, they can pass this bill and everything move on fine. But when it will start, it will be too late to cry. Each time we look back and listen to people crying, let there be rotational presidency. They are not saying it because they want fairness. Rotational presidency is not about equity. It's not about justice. It's not about transparency. It's either they have been shortchanged, they want their position back, or somewhere along the line, they want to upset the balance. They're not saying rotational presidency because he's going to go to every region. Today now, all of them are going to zone the next president of Nigeria to the south because now we be the Mugu. But which time they tell you rotational presidency, it's just about Wazobia. Hausa ton, Igbo ton, Yoruba ton. Then Hausa ton, Igbo ton, Yoruba ton. And when Igbo like, they can take with the minority under their umbrella to be. So that when Yoruba like, they take the minority under them to be. And when Hausa like, they take the minority under them to be. They use us to make up number, even when we are more qualified. Those monarchs and those making the law, talk to your monarchs. And I'm sure none of them will endorse this. And those of you making the law, ask yourself, to what essence? If you make Emir of Kano, King of Hausa people, to be the permanent chairman, will that improve Nigerian economic? Or I won't deceive who? You make King of Yoruba people permanent chairman of this monarch whatever. Will that stop corruption? Would they stop tribalism? But let's be honest. There is something they are trying to do. They will exhaust every avenue. And I'm sure they will not stop. In most cases, the sitting president is ignorant. Even the senator may not know what is going on. But I tell you people, or I advise you, those of you in politics, if you know what you are doing, it's not going to enhance, improve on the well-being of Nigerians, politically or otherwise. Why are you doing it? Why don't you consult? Why don't you ask questions? Why don't you leave your circle and go and view this masquerade from other corner? This is the same mistake Thomas Omonaku made. He grabbed power. He couldn't see beyond his nose. All he could think of how to dominate as Igbo man. He never knew counter Igbo coup was coming. He never knew anybody could assassinate him, brutally murdered him inside the Yoruba man house. But the deed is done. He has posed the decrees on Nigeria. He claimed he did it with the knowledge of the Nigerian Supreme Military Council. And these people say they don't know. They were not properly informed. Let's assume he told some of his friends under the guise that they are the Supreme Military Council. From backyard door, they imposed the decree on us, squashing the region, destroying everything. Let us assume they had that conversation. Why did they not bring it up for public debate? Why did they not seek for the public opinion in that issue? Oh, he's a military man, sorry. And those people denied him. If it was obvious to Nigerians that that decree of Agu Yorunsi was actually the decision of the Supreme Military Council, I'm sure nobody will be calling Agu Yorunsi. But they said they're not fully informed. They are not aware. So maybe it was a phone conversation. Today, Agu Yorunsi is not a hero as far as my people are concerned. To those his work benefit is their hero. But what about we start building leaders who will be the hero of all of us? Because the last time I checked, nobody can fault Tafawa Balewa. Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. Nobody can fault him. No Yoruba person can fault him. No Igbo person can fault him. No Hausa person can fault him. What exemplary leadership that was murdered. Why are people murdering true leadership? And so they will call the president. His Excellency, let's make Oni of Ife. Maybe Oni of Ife is the target because Yoruba man is there. And so Tinubu will be happy. Yes, it's good like that. Oni of Ife can never be Obi of Abo. Deal with it. Oni of Ife can never be Oba of Benin. Deal with it. Oni of Ife can never be the Ombong of Calabar. Not Ochidoma. He will not be the Ato of Egala. He's the Oni of Ife. Respect him. Reference him. But don't because that is exactly what you people are doing. Like I said, I cannot explain this thing closely. But President, this bill amendment tax bill reformed, we know there is something deeper. And we are following up. Just like we started saying the issue of Anyoma, we have done our job. If you like, create Anyoma State and give it to the southeast. If you like, create Anyoma and give it to the south-south. But any Anyoma created by Nnedi Nwoko, we know the game. And believe me, the people are waiting. But for the overall good of all Nigeria, we don't need Anyoma now that Nnedi Nwoko is involved. Next creation of state, we will come. Because the truth we know, nobody can convince us or tell us otherwise. There is nothing to review there. No permanent chairman. Do it rotation. If you are clamoring to rotate presidency, why not make permanent presidency? How will you sound if you say only Yoruba and Hausa will be permanent president because Igbo people have betrayed themselves by the Igbo Biafrans? How will it sound to you? That is exactly the same way it sounds. Not everybody will understand what this message is, but I just feel that area must be reviewed. Two major areas concern. Trying to create experiment grant in the name of creating state. It's uncalled for, it's unethical, and it is not acceptable. I pointed out to you, 3 major states you are creating. From the supposed minority, all of them, it's not for the interest of those people. Obolo State in Akwa Ibom, interest of Igbo. Anyama State in South, interest of Igbo. Another state from the same South, interest of Yoruba people. We know this truth. Stop it. But like I said, President Ahmed Bola Tinubu may not know. But those who play the game of chess, they understand that the queen is more powerful than the king, so they can mesmerize his mind. But all of you know this and have peace. Nigerians has outgrown this manipulation. Let us do the right thing for the sake of the next generation of our people. And what we want is a better nation for all of us. Even though we want to separate, we can discuss about it peacefully. We can reach a resolution. Igbo Biafra people have people representing them on the floor that have seen it. Why are they not pushing Igbo to leave Nigeria? So they talk it by the law because it was created by the same law or rules. And anything you want, why don't you go to that floor and talk about it? Only to change us, only to take our life, only to waiting the change of our slavery and bondage in our own country. The problem, my message will sound as hate to you, is because you are not a minority. And it's unfortunate you don't know what it means to be a minority in a Nigeria that is our own. Just like those who do not have father, or those fathers who do not have children. The blessing of being a father, they can only imagine it. Try to imagine if you are a minority. All you political cabal from the north, from the west, and the east, you Wazobia. Put yourself in our place. Let's make you politically irrelevant. You will be the one glamoring for division of Nigeria. Why are you further destroying what's supposed to hold us together? You will not understand. The Senator Akpabio should review this thing because then they will call you. Then they will call you. Don't look at the game there. And listen to Nnedi Nwoko trying to mesmerize the mind of some Anyoma people. He said because when we get Anyoma State, we will be more political participation of Biafra people. Anyoma State of Undibo, you will have political participation, not becoming even fourth class infidel in your own land. But to him, he was going to be the first governor of Anyoma State. Let him push it. Where is Denis Osadebe Mugu? Where is Denis Osadebe Mumurism? Where did he lead us to? Because he was just a mere tool in the hand of Nnamdi Azikiwe and his gang, the same way they use the Nahuru. And when you know the truth, they call you a bad person. I will stop there. At least I have dropped this message. It remains on the internet. Let him serve its purpose when the time comes. I'll go to the comment section and receive the insult. Because that is what Igbo Biafra people does. Just speak and it's Igbo language, it's Igbo language. Oh, imagine Igbo man become permanent chairman. Or don't you know those things you are making today will be reviewed? If Agun Yoronsi knew that his decree will eventually metamorphose into 1999 constitution through Abdul Salami Abubakar, I'm sure he would have thought otherwise. Kingdom rise and kingdom fall. Do not forget this truth. I greet you, Mercy. Good morning from here. And then the name is difficult to pronounce, but let's see what he said. He said, Europe of today is still ruled by kings, i.e. England, Spain, Luxembourg, if I see that clearly, Sweden, and just to mention but a few. You are correct, dear. But what we are talking about, or what a point I'm trying to make, is trying to politicize the monarch. You see, the Queen of England or the King of England, for instance, has the power to remove the Prime Minister, has the power to dismiss the legislatures. I'm talking about the King of England now, King Charles. But he will not do this without consulting some of the political parties. And they are not partisans. They are just there for ceremony. Very powerful, but here they don't speak. Are you telling me the Oba of Benin can remove Tinubu from office? But reverse is the case, because Tinubu can remove the Oba of Benin as we speak. Even without this constitutional backup, he will remove it. And if Benin people protest, they will shoot them. Tinubu can remove the Obi of Agbo now. And so you see, there are two different ball games. We're asking them not to destroy our monarch further. I'm happy you brought out this. Go and verify. King Charles has the power to remove the prime minister, in this instance, the president. And somebody like Senator Akpabio and his members of the Senate, he will dissolve all of them. But then, the rule the king makes still say, consult those in the political party, give them your instance, and flush all of them out if they don't want. And this is because they allow monarch to remain supreme. But this amendment bill regarding monarch now, they want to lower the relevance of monarchs. We see what will happen. Give it 10 years from now. Maybe everybody will begin to see what I'm saying. There was a time I was here on Facebook telling them about Igbo Biafra, that they are the obedient movement. Many of you ignorantly were jumping obedient. Today you know the truth. Come and join coalition. If you are not part of the deal or conspiracy, you are not part. I told them that these people, they are the unity beggar. The unity beggar people are Biafra agitation in disguise. Most of you insulted me. Today, are you not getting the result? I told you they were out there to instigate every ethnic group in the South against each other. They say, don't mind him, because they sack him. Then they sack me for work with them, no employ me. Imagine. That is why he's saying what he's saying. What about today? All my life, without Igbo Biafra, no Asian man will insult Benin man. Neither will Benin man insult Asian man. Did they not make it happen? If you did not continue to listen and pay attention to what they are doing, by now, maybe I will be fighting Benin, Benin will be fighting me. And they will be behind, clapping and be fanning it. Go and look at my post. There is one Akpan there. It's Igbo man answering Akwa Ibom name to insult me. So when I come as Akwa Ibom people, now mumu. But I know it's not Akwa Ibom because I know how they function. I Igbo man. If you like, make you answer my papa name. I know our values. By their fruit, you shall know them. There is no Skalewa ethnic group in Nigeria up to those Kalewa call themselves Igbo Biafra. I see good luck here. Good morning, good luck. I see Ukwane tribe. You say good morning, my brother George, the mouthpiece of Old Miss Western region. I greet you. One name, Mado. Dere. Ajay. I see. Okay. No insulting people of Funande Kano yet. I see. It say Oba of Benin is more than Oba. Is more than Oba. He is the father of the Benin people. Correct. And now they are going to give him a permanent father. They want to give him a permanent father. But we are not getting the body language. We are not seeing what is inside there. It is only when the law has been enacted and everybody will see the truth, and then it is too late to cry. And then he said every king should be recognized. That is what we are saying. No permanent chairman. No permanent chairman. Nothing like permanent chairman. Sultan is a religious position, not African tradition. So these are the areas we are trying to point out to. Igbo Biafra people have not come because it doesn't concern them. They don't have king. Don't let them to destroy the last defense outpost. Ooni of Ife is a traditional man. But like as somebody just said here, the emir is more of a religious leader. And my king, they are all traditionalists. So how do you blend it from my explanation? How can you ask a flying animal, a swimming animal, and a running animal, one to lead one? The fish will never come out of the water, and so the rest must drown. That is the end of this monarch coalition. Maybe you are not seeing the end of it. Bat today is not a bad animal. Bat today has been called a different name. Bat today is confused. It neither belongs to the day nor the night. It's neither a bird nor the rat. It is because of all this manipulation of nature. Let's review the Tax Reform Amendment Bill. And maybe Nigeria will be able to grow more healthier than anticipated. This is my broadcast. Of course, Igbo Biafra will come in later on and drop their insult. And we will respond to them. In fact, it is their insult that I make my broadcast. So drop it. Let me teach you your history. Have a nice day. I remain George Onyibe, and I sign off from here.